A host with a fire burning in its soul. With a heart of steel and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar. Insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Whistles report he pays his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day. Yeah, son. That's what's up. Much love and respect to everybody. Hopefully, everyone's having a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever the hell you guys are from. Much love and respect. We got our coffee. Let's get it. So, we've got a couple of interesting little things going on. And today I wanted to report on something like you guys see the title here, South Carolina deputy versus Hell's Angels traffic collision. So we're going to be diving a little bit deep into this. Good morning to everybody. I see you guys. Frank, much love. I see Pumper up in the building. Good morning. Ghost Eagle, what's up, bro? KP, what's up? Man, all the good homies up in here. Road Rage, what's going on, my man? So yeah, we're going to be getting a little deep into this and seeing what's going on. So let's go ahead and without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it. Let's see what's going on here. So this is Fitz News. I'm not really sure where they're out from. They're an independent, obviously. You can see it. Okay, let's see what this, there's actually like a little red article. So we're gonna like play and stop, and we'll kind of follow along here.
South Carolina deputy collides with Hell's Angel in traffic accident. By Andrew Fancher. A freshman deputy of the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office, LCSO, bears the blame for rear-ending and hospitalizing an alleged member of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club,
Oh shit.
HAMC, according to law enforcement officers familiar with the incident. On Wednesday, April 10, 2024, LCSO Deputy BC was traveling northbound on U.S. Route 221 when he purportedly failed to see a 2023 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide motorcycle turning into a residential driveway in Enoree, South Carolina. The deputy was hauling ass, wrote an eyewitness. His blue lights were off when he struck the biker who was in the process of making a right turn into a driveway. The bike's turn signal was on when the deputy rear-ended him. Damages noted by troopers of the SC Highway Patrol, SCHP, indicate that BC attempted to avoid the collision by swerving into the motorcycle's turn path, thereafter broadsiding the Harley and pummeling the 63-year-old rider into a mailbox.
Holy shit. Okay. This dude is 60. Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't read this article or anything previous to this. I only just got the little headline and what the first couple of sentences were. I did not know this guy was 63 years old, y'all. 63, getting pummeled by the police into a mailbox. That sucks. That sucks, like, big time. Hardwire says, for some reason, I quit getting notifications when your show comes on. Yeah, that's kind of like a thing, man. You know what I mean? Like, I've spoke on that before, and it's so strange, and it pisses me off that it doesn't send notifications out when people like go out of their way to actually hit the bell and then hit all notifications, and then for them not to get any or late or the show's been over already. It's ridiculous. You cannot see the bike like Biden misses stairs, dude. Straight up. All right, let's continue on here. Let's continue on. I don't care about this. Come on. There we go. hold on. Out of curiosity, y'all, I just caught that. So listen to this real quick. All right. So while CHP estimates that BC struck the motorcyclist at 49 miles per hour, the agency made no mention of the rider's purported affiliation with the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. Now, oh shoot, I wasn't even sharing the screen with y'all. Sorry. I was like literally playing a bit and then didn't realize I wasn't playing it for you. So look here. Look here, y'all. What I was just reading is that my bad, y'all. So struck the motorcyclist at 49 miles per hour. The agency made no mention of the rider's purported affiliation with Hell's Angels. Now, when do you guys ever know the media and the cops to not say anything about what affiliation you are? I mean, you could like be like a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of someone in a club, and they're going to use that name against you at all costs. But when, as soon as it's the police's fault, they want to not say anything, that's crazy. You need other blogs to pick up what's happening. That's kind of messed up, in my opinion. Let's continue on.
Wrote someone familiar with the incident. The biker is pretty beat up and broke his leg. But he's doing pretty good considering it could have been so much worse.
Man, it's always a leg injury.
LCSO is shit and needs to change.
Huh.
FITS News has since reached out to Lawrence County Sheriff Don Reynolds seeking at the very least some acknowledgement of Wednesday's collision. Unfortunately, the incumbent sheriff maintained his time-honored tradition of declining to respond to emails from this author. Frequent readers of FITS News are undoubtedly aware of our ongoing coverage of LCSO, a dog-killing, dick-pic disseminating, cover-up addled, constitutionally challenged department led by a former SCHP trooper who was once accused of threatening to kill his ex-wife.
Holy shit.
While the two-term sheriff was not available for comment on his deputy's purported collision, Reynolds' sole opponent in the primary election, retired Clinton Police Department, CPD, Lieutenant Chris Wilkes, responded to FITS News over the weekend.
Okay, pause. So check this out, y'all. What is going on here? Like, why? How can you have someone like this be on the force essentially when this dude was once accused of threatening to kill his freaking ex-wife? Like, what kind of cop are you? You know what I mean? Like, you want to leave this shit out, you want to leave this shit out, you want to put this in, you want to throw that in. But then, you know, no accountability there. And this is all being led by a dude that, you know, said he was going to kill his wife. Like, dude, what is going on? Absolutely, Matthew. Absolutely. Good morning, SNS. I see you in here as well. Road Rage says, I once passed a pagan on the road on a group ride. You can bet that if something happens to me that makes headlines, I'll be labeled as a known pagan's associate. That's 100% a fact. That's how this shit works. But then if it's the police side and it's on their side, they're definitely going to leave some shit out. That's for damn sure. Yeah, it's so strange how that works. You know, it's extremely weird. We got Pitbull up in the building from London, England, dog. Glad to catch you live. I appreciate you, my man, more than you know. Ghost Eagle says cops are more corrupt than any biker doing bad things. I tend to agree. You know, it's the biggest gang in the world is the police, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's actually objectively a fact, but nonetheless, I'm not trying to get booted off YouTube, right? So, anyways, let's continue on. Man, so this guy was already accused of trying to kill his ex-wife.
Nothing comes as a shock under this
The police
administration
officer.
anymore, wrote Wilkes on Sunday. As sheriff, my first course of action would be to respond to the hospital to speak with the victim, make sure they are okay, and apologize for our negligence. I am so thankful the victim in this incident did not lose their life, and I pray for a speedy recovery.
Yeah, I hope you do.
With a whopping 128 fatal collisions from 2018 to 2021, Lawrence remains the ninth most dangerous county for drivers in the United States,
Wow.
according to a sweeping investigation recently conducted by the Florida-based law firm of Anajar and Levine, PA. The sheriff's office only receives driver training once a year.
Wow.
Why? Questioned Wilkes. Deputies drive daily. Why are we not training at least every 3 months?
It's only once a year?
Yes, the deputy may have been the one who struck the individual,
Wow.
but the blame is on the current administration due to a lack of training.
Oh my
On
goodness.
June
Oh
11,
my goodness. I gotta
2024,
pause this. I gotta pause this. Holy shit. So hear this. The sheriff's office only receives driver training once a year. Why? Question Wilkes. Deputies drive daily. Why are we not training at least every 3 months? Yes, the deputy may have been the one who struck the individual, but the blame is on the current administration due to a lack of training. That, in my opinion, is dog shit right there. That's all dog shit. Like, how can you not take accountability for that? Like, you're telling me that you need driving training to not hit an individual? Is that what you're saying? I mean, because we're not held up to that. No citizen is ever held up to that standard, right? I mean, you do your driver's test once, and if you don't mess up, then you can keep driving for the rest of your life. You don't need training every single, what, once a quarter or whatever. Like, I mean, yes, I agree that there should be training, but how can you try to put the blame on the administration when it wasn't the administration that just struck the individual from the Hells Angels? It was the freaking cop. So where's the accountability? Like, that's crazy to me. Yo, we got Brophy up in the building. Shout out to you, man. Pitbull says government run gangs, so it's okay. But anyone else has a group of friends, we are a danger to the public. That's why sometimes the community trusts the bikers more than cops. Not all, but in some areas. Absolutely, absolutely. I know a lot of especially the ghettos, because the truth of the matter is a lot of these clubhouses in where motorcycle club congregates is usually the ghetto, industrial areas, stuff like that. And the truth is the neighbors have seen, for the majority, have seen like the cops and not handling business and not them not cleaning up their streets. And then you have a club that comes in and goes, yo, we're not going to allow this on our block. We're not going to allow this anywhere here. We're going to clean up these streets. We're going to not allow this person to just hang out on the street, keep it pushing. Like, people, that's what people love about it. Brophy says, don't do as they do. Do as they say do. Yep. It's 100%. My daughter is 5, Road Rage says, and she knows enough not to run into someone while riding her Power Wheels dune buggy. Maybe she needs to be training these cops. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, these departments, dude. Stop capping, yo. Absolutely brutal. So let's continue on with the rest of this story here, and let's see what we can get out of it. We got to find our place because we're going up and down to have the bot read it for us today.
GOP voters in Lawrence County will choose between Reynolds and Wilkes as their highest law enforcement officer. The incumbent has abstained from political debates throughout the entirety of his career, and it appears as though his policy remains unbroken. Of interest? The injured biker's family tells FITS News that neither Reynolds nor anyone from his department has reached out following Wednesday's incident. Our media outlet has since deployed a Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, for BC's body-worn and dash-mounted cameras.
There's always some sort of
If you know of similar
act.
cases that deserve investigative scrutiny, please reach out to the author. FITS News is not only committed to exposing nefarious activity within government, but steadfast in holding our law enforcement officers as accountable as they hold the public.
Wow.
The story may be updated. Photo illustration.
You know what? That was actually pretty rad to see a article. Wow, there's even a statement here. Oh, wow. Okay, cool, man. So what I like about this is an independent article that is actually kind of holding the police accountable and the government. How rad is that? I've got to give credit where credit's due. A lot of these blog sites, they're kind of just whatever, and a lot of them are always going for the narrative of the mainstream. So I love that these guys are kind of like doing the biker angle, but for like the government. You know what I mean? I really, really like that they care about this. Let's see what this statement says. So this is from Chris Wilkes. This is, I believe, the sheriff or whatever, the accusee or the accused of the person that ran over the Hell's Angel. Let's see. All right, let's just go ahead and read it and see what it says. For immediate release for the 14th of April, 2024, this news should come as a shock. However, nothing comes as a shock under this administration anymore. I am so thankful that the victim in this incident did not lose their life, and I pray for a speedy recovery. As sheriff, okay, so it's a sheriff. My first course of action would be to respond to the hospital, to speak with the victim, make sure they are okay, and apologize for our negligence. That's some accountability. I like that. People can forgive you if you accept responsibility and explain what you will do to ensure this incident never happens again. Which, how can you say people can forgive you or people will forgive you? Don't assume. You know what I mean? Just take responsibility, take ownership that you did it, that your department did it, your people did it, and really, realistically, it should have just ended with "I'm going to see him in the hospital," and hope that he's okay and pray for him. Okay, so having and showing empathy is essential to leadership, which a lot of people don't know how to, most people don't know how to show empathy, where you can actually put yourself in someone else's shoes. Pretty rare. Which is a trait law enforcement leaders must have. Okay, well, most of them don't. I treat everyone as they are a member of my family. The sheriff's office only receives driver training once a year. Why? Deputies drive daily. Why are we not training at least every 3 months? Yes, the deputy may have been the one who struck the individual, but the blame is on the current administration due to a lack of training. I hope to become the next sheriff and bring compassion, responsibility, and accountability to the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office. Wow. Wow. That is so brutal. That's so brutal. I like that. Ghost Eagle says they got my vote. Yep. Brophy says half of these cops are drunks and drink on the job, and that's not even cap, dude.
It's not the cap.
It's a brutal world out here. See, Mike, you and BD as the new heads of PR is working. Well, that's what I would hope is going to be happening, because it's kind of like almost my responsibility at this point, because depending on what I do, I can actually change the narrative of what's happening. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the times people are not exposing the truth. And that's what I do. I like to be able to look at whatever is going on, whether it's motorcycle club related, world news related, people, place, things. I don't care. I just care about the facts. I don't care if it makes me look good, bad, indifferent. Doesn't matter. That's not what matters here. What matters here is pointing out the unjust and being able to go, hey, you need to be held accountable. You know what I mean? Torres says when they hire ex-convicts to be police officers, I'll be respectful to the system. That's actually I find that to be valid. I find that to be valid, Torres. That's a please elect me statement, and you're calling it like it is right there. That statement was very good in the sense of being able to look like you're for the people. And then naturally, people, I mean, even I read that and I was like, okay, I like that. I like that. I don't like this, but still, it's a PR move. The dude is not some sheriff right now that's in the middle of no elections, no nothing. This dude is trying to become sheriff. So, of course, it's just like like a president of the United States. They're going to say all these things like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We care about you. We care about this. We care about the little people. We care about the people on the bottom. And then as soon as they get into office, you see nothing of the sort regarding the poor people or the people on the bottom. It's really sad. SNS says, once again, we investigate and have found the officers has done no wrong. At least he is saying the department did something wrong. Yes, that's a fact, because, I mean, usually there's no accountability. They'll dodge accountability and responsibility on all aspects. So I'm glad that at bare minimum, I mean, he should be blaming the truth is he should be pointing the finger at that deputy that ran him over and hit him into a mailbox. That's the truth. That's realistically going, hey, you're responsible for that. Like if I ran over somebody, could I blame that on my household? That's essentially the same thing right there. Like, oh, I didn't get enough training from my household to come outside and deal with this situation or whatever. Like that's how crazy that sounds to me. We got Dark Horse up in the building. What's good? Good morning, man. Yeah, so very interesting story, y'all. Like this was one of those odd stories where you actually hear, some accountability. And we didn't hear what happened to that officer. That officer that ran into that Hell's Angel. Who knows what happened to that dude? It didn't say in the article or anything else about his punishment, if there was any punishment, if he's suspended with pay or without. There is no talk about that. So I'm going to have to follow up on that and see if there's any information later on regarding that. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. Much love, SNS. I see you. Their word against yours, it's how it usually goes. And that's the sad part. You know what I mean? And again, I don't know how many times the cops need to lie on something. You know what I mean? Like, and you are supposed to be uphold of the law. You're not supposed to do this because of you. You're supposed to do this for the betterment of your communities. And yet you guys are out there lying, and fibbing or leaving information out on purpose. Like them purposely leaving out the Hells Angels. It took an independent article blog, some blogger, to actually expose that it was a Hell's Angel. And they, trust me, the media, the police, like I said earlier, if you are connected, friend of a friend of a friend of a friend to a club, holy shit, if something happened, you are going into the media as like this associate of this club. That's how they always do it because it pushes a narrative. And then you go ahead and have it where the police are on the wrong. Of course, they're not going to bring up, the guy's affiliation. Of course not. It's going to make them look terrible. And then it's going to make headline news. And then they know that. And they don't want the spotlight on them. They want this to just be swept under the rug and then return back to work in a week when nobody's looking, nobody cares anymore. Not many people saw it. Maybe it was only a local story. And then that was it. And so I love when stuff like this is exposed and the truth comes out so that we can hold people accountable. You know what I mean? We got Torres saying now he's a prospect. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if that's the truth. I mean, I have no idea. Brophy says serve and protect the public. The Hells Angels are a part of the public. Facts. Absolutely. Absolutely a fact. But see, do you think that the cops or the government look at any organization that's a motorcycle club or any of that shit? Do you think they look at us as just normal civilians? Or do they look at us as some sort of gang culture where we're not any type of civil people? Or, you know what I mean? Like we're not a part of the public. But hey, it's all about perception, right? Ghost Eagle says cops have different laws than we do. And it's evident that they have different treatment. Whether it's different laws or different treatment, I think it's probably a little bit more different treatment. But they use the badge to freely do as they cared to do. We cannot have that same freedom. And that's absolutely a fact too. Facts. You know what I mean? Like if we attempted to have that type of freedom, we'd be locked up within not even half a day. SNS says they might have been trying to keep it covered up so people didn't get the assumption that the office was targeting. That too. I think it's they want to leave the Hells Angels out because if they would have put that in, it would have made like international news, and that's just how it works. And so if they would have put that in there, they would have gotten way more exposure than they would have wanted. The truth is they want to be able to do a statement like this and then go, hey, hands off in a week, it's done, and now we don't have to deal with it anymore. Trust me, they don't want the coverage of them, of their own department hitting a Hell's Angel off his motorcycle into a freaking mailbox. I promise you that's not what they want. Hardwire says, yes, remember, when you buy support gear, your actions can reflect good or bad on a club. So do good things and represent in positive ways. Simple, simple. You know what I mean? I don't know why that's a hard concept for people. Dr. Harley up in the building, my man. Much love and respect, brother. I appreciate you guys for being here. I can't do this show without you guys. The only way that this show even happens is because you guys are here. So I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for liking the video, commenting. If you guys are enjoying this content, please like the video. That's like handing a creator $5, man. And it's free, obviously. SNS says the government looks as the people as enemies, even the ones that support them. Yeah. Yep. Everyone's a liability. You know what I mean? Everybody has a possibility of something. And that's essentially how this is being played out. Again, this is the media trying to, and the department, South Carolina's police department, that's them also trying to kind of sweep things under the rug so that it doesn't get exposed, doesn't get mass publicity, and then they're not going to be held to that accountable level, because the more press it gets, the more accountable that he's going to have to be, right? So, I mean, let's say it went world news right now, that dude would probably get fired. But as long as we keep it contained and isolated and it doesn't get out like that, well, then we can keep you over here, just stay hidden for a little bit, and then we'll get you back in here. We'll probably even pay you. We'll pay you while you're off. So it's very interesting how all this works. But yeah, man, so I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention and just talk about it. I love when, people hold other people accountable, especially, it doesn't matter if it's a police officer or not. It could have been anybody else in dodging responsibility. And I'd say, no, you did it. And you need to take accountability for it, not your family or not your household over there or not your department. Like, to me, that's a cop out. You know what I mean? Just chilling, Hook Dog. Much love for you being in here, my man. Thank you. I appreciate it, my man. I appreciate it. Yes, like I said, please make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and sharing with a friend. Also, please make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, TikTok. That's all the same, at Ball Valve TV. That's where you guys can find me and my social media content, all that good stuff. Guys, as you guys know, my channel is completely demonetized. It has been and will be for the next, it's a 90-day suspension off of YouTube. So if you guys want to support financially the channel, it's down here. You got the Cash App, which is $Ball Valve, and then you have Venmo at Ball Valve. And you guys, just so everyone knows, anytime a donation is made, it is, whether it's on air or off air, just so you guys know, there's always going to be a shout out. Whoever donates, there's always going to be a shout out that goes with it. But yeah, Will says media makes U.S. citizens look like criminals, but makes government outside of the U.S. look tyrannical. Sorry, 20 minutes behind. No, you're good. You're good, Will. I appreciate you for being here. Hook Dog. Hardwire says it's not in world news because there is no racial or LGBTQ spin on it. Yep. Shit like that sells. Controversy sells. Lies and manipulation makes money. Stuff like that. Dr. Harley says, Mike Ball, remember the media only reports what they are being paid for. Hold on. Absolutely. The most corrupt business right next to the government. Yep. I mean, you got to think the mainstream media is the PR branch for the government. They're the ones that speak for the government, essentially, and like he just said, if you want to figure out whose narrative it is, just find out who paid for whatever narrative in life. You go, oh, that's the narrative of, well, who? Well, the person that bought it, the person that paid for it. That's how you, it's the old saying, follow the money. Follow the money, man. Yes, sir. I like war up in here. You going FTP?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah. CNN equals Clinton News Network, dude. Straight up, straight up. Stop the cap, bro.
Stop the cap.
Um, Ghost Eagle says that is why you always follow the money. Absolutely a fact. So, guys, I cannot thank you guys enough from the bottom of my heart for being here, hanging out with us, and being able to, enjoy the content. Like I said, I can't do this without you guys. So, I like consolidating my shows now to where they're not 2 hour long streams. Now I like to do anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour shows, ideally under an hour, so that the playback ability on these lives are a lot better. You know what I mean? Not everyone's going to click on a 2 hour and 30 minute, video. So I like consolidating this more and more to be able to get the replay ability back in that sense. So anyways, with that being said, y'all, I cannot thank you guys enough. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And please let me know in the chat. Let me know right now what you guys think of the new channel song. Appreciate y'all. Much love and respect to everybody.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning in its soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken, he rides on two wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow, he takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he pays his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day.
Much love, y'all. We'll see you guys